Hey everyone, welcome to Whispers of Turkish Stars. Settle in, because every tiny detail is waiting for you right here. Before we dive into today's shocker, remember to subscribe and share if you love following the twists and turns behind the spotlight. Thank you for being here. Now, let's get into the revelation that has set the entertainment world buzzing. Whispers claim that actors Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel have quietly said I do, keeping their vows hidden from nearly everyone around them. According to talk that refuses to die down, the pair reportedly tied the knot a few months ago, in absolute secrecy, so hushed that even many people in their immediate circle were left out. Those close to the matter insist the wedding was intimate and carefully concealed. Only a small handful of trusted friends and family were said to be present, and even they were told to keep things off the record. The motive behind the secrecy, sources suggest, was simple: Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel did not want their relationship to become a public battleground. They wanted to protect something fragile and precious, away from endless commentary. In the last few months, fans noticed a change in tone from both of them. Yağmur Yüksel grew increasingly cautious in interviews. She dodged questions about her personal life with a calm smile and a quiet shift of subject. On social media, her posts lean toward minimal captions and peaceful scenes. Flowers, sunsets, the kind of details that feel like a coded message but give nothing away. As for Barış Baktas, his long-standing habit of keeping a low profile only deepened the mystery. He would appear, work, and disappear again, leaving admirers to wonder what he was trying to shield. If the rumors are true, the story began years ago, when their paths crossed in the industry and chemistry took root. What started as collegial respect turned into something deeper. They grew close, their bond blooming beyond the set, only to step away from one another not long after. Both went on to build their careers, gathering new credits and new experiences. Yet, those who know them say the door between them was never fully closed. Over time, the distance softened, and a chance reconnection cracked open everything they thought they had folded away. One voice from the gossip circles summed it up neatly: Barış and Yağmur chose serenity over spectacle. They wanted a relationship that could grow quietly, without the weight of everyone's opinions. That's why the wedding happened in secret. They're at peace, and they're happy. That statement alone set off a wave of emotion online, with fans flooding comment sections and timelines with messages of relief and celebration. They found their way back, one person wrote. A secret wedding, but the love shines through, said another. Others wondered aloud why something so joyous needed to be hidden, unable to resist the urge to ask more questions. Make no mistake, this has become the subject everyone is whispering about. The love story of Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel, long adored by viewers, has returned to the front page of conversation with a force. Rumors insist that the couple, who once drew hearts with their chemistry on the series Adeniz and Koy, whatever, united their lives quietly after months of personal healing and growth. Despite the supposed passing of months since the ceremony, there was not a single camera invited, not a single clip uploaded by the newlyweds. Everything was kept deliberately small: Istanbul as the backdrop, a simple setting, a handful of loved ones, and a pact of silence. That pact has been tricky to maintain. Observant fans began piecing together clues: similar backgrounds in separate photos, matching times suggested by shadows and lighting, a barely visible ring gleaming on a left hand here and there. Nothing was outright confirmed, but little details, so ordinary they could be denied, so consistent they could not be ignored, started to align. Yağmur Yüksel's refusal to elaborate on her private life only fed the flames. Many interpreted her pared-back style and gentle, almost meditative presence as a sign that something life-changing had shifted. Then came the sightings, scattered and incomplete. They were seen at the same events, yet not posed together. They attended gatherings but left separately. Their closeness was visible in the way they listened to others, the warmth in their laughter, the ease in their movements, signs often bigger than the grand gestures that cameras love. A source close to the couple declared, they never truly broke apart. They gave each other time. Now, they want what lasts. That's why everything was private. The wording echoed again and again across social media, screens lighting up with comments like, "True love waits," and "They reunited at the right time." Meanwhile, the narrative of their professional journeys continued. After their early spark, both Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel pursued separate roles, scripts, and sets. They built reputations that stood on their own, learned to navigate the demands of their craft, and developed a quieter strength that only time can bring. Those who'd followed them from the beginning felt a sense of completion in the idea that, after everything, it was each other they wanted. In the storytelling of their fans, the arc had always been clear: two people meet, drift, grow, and return older, wiser, ready. What adds to the intrigue is the insistence from insiders that the ceremony in Istanbul was as bare and beautiful as it gets. A modest hall, soft light, almost no phones. Just family and a close circle of friends. Someone who claims to have been there described the moment they exchanged vows as the kind that makes a room hold its breath. No lavish sets, no headlines, just the weight of two promises and a few quiet tears, enough to leave everyone in attendance moved, and determined to protect the moment. And yet, even without announcements, the world found its way in. News traveled in murmurs. People compared notes. Posts were cross-referenced. Theories grew legs. It became the year's most persistent puzzle. Were Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel secretly married, living together, and slipping away for a short vacation abroad to savor their privacy before the next wave of work? More than one outlet claims they've taken a brief trip outside the country, intent on catching their breath and soaking in normal moments: morning coffee, late-night walks, the in-between time that becomes a fortress when you're newlywed. There was one quote from Yağmur Yüksel that fans couldn't stop revisiting. In a recent conversation, she mused, "Everything comes at its own time, and when it does, the right person meets you where you are." It was the kind of line that could be entirely innocent, or quietly confessional. Combined with a band on Barış Baktas's finger in a candid shot, it felt like more than coincidence. Attentive eyes noticed, screens zoomed in, circles were drawn, and the evidence, soft, subtle, unforced, began to feel undeniable. Naturally, they've offered no official confirmation. Silence has become their safest choice, and their admirers largely respect it, even as they clamor for closure. Some say that is the answer in itself: the lack of denial, the comfort in being seen but not exposed, the joyful stillness that has settled over them. Others insist they owe the public a statement. But that old tug-of-war between public curiosity and private peace seems to be exactly what they've decided to avoid. No press conference, no photo call, no orchestrated reveal, just a life lived, one quiet day after another. If the whispers hold true, this is the kind of revelation that shakes up the first months of 2025. An unexpected reunion, a clandestine ceremony, and a love reborn under the radar. This is the storyline that fascinates an audience craving both romance and reality. For fans of Adini Sinkoy, whatever, it's a curtain call you couldn't script better. The chemistry that once lit up the screen now grounding itself in a partnership built away from the cameras. And for those who followed their journeys separately, it's proof that growth doesn't mean leaving everything behind. Sometimes, it means circling back for what always felt like home. So where does this leave us? With a mystery that feels more like a promise. Sightings from identical rooftops and seaside views posted minutes apart. A ring that flashes when he forgets to hide his hand in his pocket. Interviews where she smiles, says little, and looks like her heart already said everything. We may never see a grand reveal. We may never get a magazine cover or a statement typed in black and white. But the story unfolding is enough. Two artists who once stood at the beginning together now choosing to stand at the center of a life that belongs only to them. As we watch and wait, one truth keeps repeating: they're not running away from love, they're running toward it, just without the noise. And maybe that's why this tale has captured everyone. Because for all the complicated details and unanswered questions, the essence is simple. Two people who met, parted, grew, and quietly returned to the same place, holding the same promise. If that promise was sealed in Istanbul months ago, under soft lights and hushed breaths, then the secret isn't a scandal. It's a sanctuary. We'll keep following every subtle sign and whisper, and when there's more to share, you'll hear it here first. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel, into the rumors of their private vows, their guarded joy, and the rush of hope it sparked among fans, don't forget to subscribe and share. This is Whispers of Turkish Stars, and until the next reveal, we're holding on to the magic of a love that chooses quiet over spectacle, truth over noise, and a future written away from the flash of 1,000 lights.